Attuning to Fraile. Effective communication requires adjusting to the other person's character, temperament, intellect, and manners. Without this alignment, conversations remain shallow and lack true understanding. Mutual understanding happens when both parties tune into each other's frequencies, creating genuine connection. Without this effort, words are just noise. The term attuning to the frequency of your partner is, of course, purely customary. You know by now that we're using an oversimplified model for the sake of convenience. It does not matter too much exactly how the attunement takes place on a physical level. The essential idea is that every individual is bestowed with a unique range of personality characteristics, which we refer to in transurfing as fraile. Building a strong connection with someone means attuning to their unique qualities, a process known as frailing. Effective communication depends on how well you understand the essence of the other person's fraile. The key to successful frailing is giving your full attention. Without genuine focus, it's impossible to align with the other person's frequency. While this might seem obvious, many people forget it and focus only on their own thoughts during conversation. How can you connect what you want with the needs of another? To truly connect with someone, shift your focus from yourself to them. Pay attention to their interests and concerns. People are naturally focused on their own needs just as you are with yours. To find common ground, align with their wavelength and steer the conversation towards what matters to them. Instead of fixating on your own problems, prioritize their intentions in your communications and weave your concerns into that framework. This approach fosters understanding and mutual respect. For example, you might want to take a break in August. It is essential that you take a break. Of course, you're thinking of your own interests. What does your boss think about you taking a leave? He's thinking about your work and not even remotely interested in your need for a holiday. There's two ways around this. The first is to go up to your boss and start groaning about your problems and needs. The second is to explain that your workload is expected to increase in September and you would like to take a break in August to be back at work and working efficiently by September. Which approach do you think would be most effective? Your boss might suggest that you wait and take a break in October, but likely as not, he will agree with you because he hears a suggestion expressed at his own frequency. You attune yourself to the frequency of another person's thought energy when you talk to them in the language of their own interests. When the rider and the donkey are focused on different things, the donkey won't follow the rider's commands. It's thinking about carrots. But if you show the donkey a carrot, it will go wherever you want. Similarly, to get someone to do something for you, align your intention with theirs. Ask yourself, how does fulfilling my desires benefit them? Once you answer this, they'll willingly do what you need. To connect with someone, listen to what they're trying to say instead of focusing on your own thoughts or trying to dominate the conversation. In large groups, people often talk over one another without truly listening. You don't need to impress others with your wit or knowledge to be seen as interesting. Simply give your full attention to the person speaking and you'll stand out as a great conversationalist. If someone seems indifferent but you need their interest or involvement, focus on what interests them. Set aside your own concerns for now as they resonate on a different frequency. Step into their perspective to understand their motivations, actions, and attitudes. Once you've connected with their interests, you can naturally transition to discussing what matters to you. A person's name is the simplest key to their frequency. You cannot get away from the fact that since birth, a person has been appealed to by name. Use their name in the course of the conversation more often and it will have an effect. Calling someone by their name is like a password indicating that you come as a friend with good intentions and acknowledge the person's worth. Everyone has a protective shield guarding their self-worth, which can make connecting difficult if distrust or formality is in the way. To overcome this, use honest and disarming openness. By showing you have no interest in defending or attacking, you encourage the other person to lower their guard. The simplest and most effective way to break down barriers is to express genuine warmth and appreciation for them. Why do we love our pets so much? It is because they always show us how genuinely pleased they are to see us. They wag their tails, purr, jump up at us, squeal, and show their delight in any number of ways. There are other less communicative beings such as aquarium fish, but these creatures do not inspire love. They're like plants or part of the furniture. It is as if the creatures we love are saying to us, "I do not need anything from you. I am just so pleased to see you." This is one of the main reasons people adore their pets. To create a genuine connection, show enthusiasm when you see someone. A warm smile, an energetic greeting, calling them by name, and listening with interest can go a long way. Avoid acting cold or indifferent. The relationship will reflect the energy you put in. On a subconscious level, your warmth sends a powerful message. "I'm happy to see you. You matter." This makes people feel valued and drawn to you. A standard, "How are you?" often feels robotic, as if it's usually asked out of habit rather than real interest. If you want meaningful dialogue, your attention and engagement must be sincere. A forced smile or hollow words serve no purpose. They only make interactions feel superficial. Genuine care and warmth make all the difference. To connect deeply with someone, align your energy with their unique frequency, their passion, interests, or something they're proud of. Everyone has a topic that lights them up, like a string vibrating at its own resonant frequency. Identify this passion and engage them in conversation about it. Let them express themselves fully. This approach is the simplest and most effective way to build rapport and win someone over. When you tune into their forte, connection becomes effortless. People value their sense of self-worth almost as much as life itself. The deepest drive aside from physical hunger is the hunger for power, the ultimate expression of the quest for self-worth. While few reach this extreme stage, when material desires are fully met, the battle for power often takes over. This highlights how central self-worth is to people's actions and motivations. Criticism in any form knocks a person's self-worth. Criticism is a kind of anti-frailing. Never tell anyone to their face that they're wrong. Even if you're confident that you are in the right, it is much more beneficial to remain in a position of neutrality. That way, you avoid undermining the other person's sense of self-worth and protect yourself from the action of balanced forces. Another way we hurt each other is by touching on our negative slides. The slide hangs on the film of importance, and so when you knock the slide, you touch on an open wound. The negative slide is a picture of what the person does not like about themselves. As you know, people with negative slides try to hide their unwanted qualities and project them onto others. Try making a counter-accusation, i.e. handing the projection back to its owner, and you'll be surprised by the turbulent reaction it evokes. Nothing will persuade that person to admit that you are right, and they are more likely to become your worst enemy. It is better to leave the person's negative slides alone, to say nothing of trying to explain to them that it's all a negative slide in their head. Being in love is, of course, the most perfect way of attuning to another's fraile. It is difficult, if not impossible, to explain how and why love happens, and so much has been written on this theme already. Mutual love demands that we let go of the right to possess and simply give our love unconditionally. As long as it's not turned into a dependent relationship, love can be preserved once it has already flowered, but there is nothing that you can do to make yourself fall in love. This is all we can say on the subject of love. Frailing is about attuning to someone's frequency and aligning your actions with their interests. By moving in harmony with them and working together, you can achieve results that would be impossible through forceful inner intention. Relationships that flow naturally stem from this principle where both parties are aligned and moving in the same direction.